Hello, sports fans. It is Monday, June the 3rd, the year 2013, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you caught some of the games over the weekend. Let's quickly recap what happened in the sports world the last few days, and then I'm going to preview what's coming up tonight. We have a huge night in the sports world tonight. In the NBA on Saturday, Indiana at home beat Miami to force a Game 7 tonight down in Miami. What a tremendous job by the Pacers. I mean, they are going toe-to-toe with Miami. They're not afraid of Miami. They're battling Miami tooth and nail. Really, really nice team, Indiana. A nice collection of players. I really like what I see from Indiana. Hanging in there with the best team in basketball. Indiana played Miami well last year before they lost, and they're doing it again this year. We're going to get to Game 7 tonight in Miami in a second. Over to the NHL we go. Chicago Blackhawks have a 2-0 lead already on the LA Kings. On Saturday, the Blackhawks at home beat the Kings 2-1 to go up 1-0 in the series. And then yesterday, the Blackhawks win 4-2 to go up 2-0 in the series. So the Blackhawks in total command right now in this series. I'll tell you, the big difference between the Kings of this year and last year, the Kings can't win a road game. The Kings were great on the road last year. Remember in the playoffs, they couldn't lose on the road? Now they can't win on the road. All through the regular season, they struggled on the road. And the playoffs, they continue to struggle on the road. They lost all 3 games to San Jose. They've lost 2 games here to Chicago on the road. The thing that's saving LA is they're great at home, but they don't have home ice in this series. They are in major, major trouble, the Kings. I mean, the Blackhawks are one of those teams like the Bruins that stared death in the face. The Blackhawks were down 3-1 to Detroit. They come rallying back, and now the Blackhawks feel like they have new life, and they look again like the best team in hockey. I thought Chicago was the best team in hockey all year. Struggled a little bit with Detroit. Faced adversity, got through that series, and now they're in total command of this series against the Kings. I would be shocked if the Kings came back and won this series. Over to the Eastern Conference we go. We have Game 2 tonight, but Game 1 in Pittsburgh went to the Boston Bruins. Boston won 3-0, a shutout over the Penguins. Penguins hit the post 6 times in Game 1. 6 times? You couldn't do that if you tried. I mean, very unlucky by the Penguins, but give Boston all the credit. Boston went in and won a big road game. I mean, pitched a shutout. Nice job by the Bruins. I mean, we know the Bruins are a good team. They won the Cup 2 years ago. Bruins, just like Chicago, stared death in the face. They were down in Game 7 in Round 1 to Toronto, 4-1 with 6 minutes left, 4-2 with about a minute and a half to go. They're down 4-3 with less than a minute to go. They rally to win that game. They demolished the Rangers, and now here they are up on Pittsburgh already. Boston and Chicago look like they can do no wrong right now. This is a huge game tonight for Pittsburgh. We'll get to that in a second. As far as your Major League Baseball over the weekend, Arizona beat the Cubbies 2 out of 3 at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Arizona's got a decent ball club this year. We know the Cubs need all sorts of work. Baltimore took 2 or 3 from Detroit, so nice job by Baltimore. How about Davis? How about Chris Davis? 20 home runs. Are you kidding me? He leads the major leagues. A few years ago, this guy couldn't get a hit. Now he's got 20 home runs. Unbelievable. Also, Tampa Bay took 2 or 3 from Cleveland. Cleveland not playing as good as they have been the last week or so. Starting to slide just a little bit. Overall, doing a nice job, but starting to slide a little bit the last couple of weeks. Boston beat the Yankees 2 or 3. They win 3-0 last night in a rain-shortened game. Buchholz wins again. Yankees had a rough week. I mean, they got swept by the Mets 4 games. Then they lost 2 out of 3 to the arch rival Red Sox. So the Yankees lose 6 of 7. Yankees got to start to get some of these guys back in the lineup. I mean, they do get Teixeira and Euclid back. Need these other guys back in the lineup. Granderson, Jeter, A-Rod. Gotta get healthy soon. So the Yankees lose 2 out of 3 to Boston. Boston doing a nice job. Really doing a nice job. Ortiz still hitting the long ball at his advanced age. Boston's pitching really well with Buchholz and Lester. So I like the job the Red Sox have done this year. Milwaukee took 2 or 3 from Philadelphia in Philadelphia. I mean, come on, Phillies. You can't win a series against the Brewers. The Brewers have been a dead carcass for a month, and the Phillies lose 2 out of 3 to them. Terrible job by the Phillies over the weekend. Cincinnati took 2 or 3 from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh did salvage a game yesterday. They won in 11 innings. Both of these teams are very solid. Miami swept the Mets. Unbelievable. Miami can't win a game against anyone. The Mets just swept the Yankees 4 games, and then the Mets go down to Miami and get swept by the Marlins. I mean, unbelievable. 2 bad teams. I mean, we knew the Mets were a bad team. They beat up on their arch rival, the Yankees. They had 4 nice days, but the Mets, we know, are a bad team. And Miami's an atrocious team. How do they sweep anyone? So Miami gets the sweep there. Atlanta took 2 out of 3 from Washington. I mean, here we go again with Washington. Washington wins the first game. I wanted to see if they were going to show me something this weekend and win the series. They lose the last 2, lose the series. Washington is, under 500 now? Harper goes to the DL. Strasburg has an injury. We don't know where he stands with his next start. Washington can't score any runs. I mean, what is going on with the Nationals? I thought they'd be one of the best teams in baseball. They look mediocre at best right now. Unbelievable. And the Braves, complete opposite. The Braves look like a really, really good team. Texas takes 2 or 3 from Kansas City. Kansas City's another one of those teams that's been slumping badly. Minnesota took 2 or 3 from Seattle. Minnesota's actually won 6 out of the last 7, so Minnesota's had a decent week. What do we have here? St. Louis beat San Francisco 2 out of 3. The Giants did win the last game yesterday to salvage the last game of that series, but the Giants overall have not been playing great ball lately. St. Louis continues to cruise. They are playing tremendous ball this year. Colorado took 2 or 3 from the hapless Dodgers. The Dodgers are going nowhere fast. I think Mattingly's going to get fired. I mean, now Kemp's on the DL. Crawford hurt his hamstring. Dodgers with all sorts of injuries now. I mean, I don't think Mattingly's going to last. And I don't think the Dodgers are going to make a run this year. They look terrible. They are in dead last in the National League West. Houston, believe it or not, took 3 games from the Angels. They play Game 4 tonight. Astros have won 5 in a row. What in the world is wrong with the Angels? The Angels about a week ago won 8 games in a row. You thought they were going to finally turn the corner. Then they split the series with the Dodgers. Okay, you can live with that. They lose 3 games in a row to Houston at home. I mean, you got to demolish Houston in your own building. How do you lose 3 straight games to the Astros? The Astros can't beat anyone, especially on the road. Terrible job by the Angels over the weekend. Awful. They do play Game 4 tonight against Houston in a wraparound series. Oakland swept the Chicago White Sox, so Oakland is starting to play really nice ball. Remember, Oakland was playing decent ball at the beginning of the year, tailed off a little bit. Now they've caught fire again. Oakland is a solid team, very underrated team, Oakland. I don't like the White Sox at all. I mean, they got a couple decent pitchers, but I don't like their lineup. Dunn he can't bat over 150. Konerko looks like an old elephant. I don't like the White Sox lineup at all. And also, San Diego took 2 out of 3 from Toronto. Toronto's another one of those teams like the Dodgers. They just can't get out of their own way. Toronto had high expectations, and they are doing nothing this year. How bad has Dickey been? I mean, give the Mets credit. They knew something. I mean, Dickey won the Cy Young Award last year in the National League. The Mets traded him. He has been awful with Toronto. And I know it's different pitching in the National League and the American League, but not this different. I mean, Dickey looks terrible. So Toronto loses a series to San Diego. Toronto going nowhere fast. That's kind of where you were in your Major League Baseball. As far as tonight, what to watch, of course, you got your baseball. We know that. NBA and NHL tonight, we got 2 huge games. In the NHL tonight, you got Game 2. Pittsburgh at home against the Bruins. This is Game 2. The Bruins are up 1-0. The Penguins have to win this game. They cannot drop 2 games in a row at home and expect to win this series. They need to win this game. They need to come out early and get a goal here because they were shut out the last game, were totally unlucky. Don't let this build. Go out there tonight, get an early goal, get the crowd involved, and settle down, get back into the series. What you don't want is the Bruins getting an early goal and, building more and more momentum as this series goes on. I mean, the Bruins get an early goal tonight. Penguins start to panic. Their fans start to panic because now you're down 1-0 in the series and you're down in Game 2 on home ice. Penguins need to come out strong tonight, need to get an early goal, take control of this game, win a home game, get it to 1-1, then you got yourself a series. Boston wins this game and they go home for 2. Penguins are in huge, huge trouble. But tonight, it's an NBA night. Indiana at Miami, Game 7. It's all on the line. Winner plays San Antonio on Thursday for the NBA title. This is just must-watch TV. Now, Indiana's done a nice job. I like their team. I'm going to be rooting for them tonight. I want to see the upset. Miami's been in the finals the last 2 years. They won it last year. I want to see Indiana win this series. As a neutral fan, I'd like to see Indiana pull the upset. Do I think it can happen? No. I think Miami's going to win this game. In the NBA, the best team always wins. The team with the superstar always wins. That team is Miami. This would be unprecedented if a team like Indiana, without a major superstar, goes on the road in Game 7 and beats the best team in the NBA with the best player, LeBron James, throw in Wade and Bosh and all the other cast of characters. This would be unprecedented. We have not seen anything like this. Indiana, would make history tonight if they could pull off this upset. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm sure Miami's going to win this game. I'm sure it's going to be more like Game 5 than Game 6 when Miami has one run and puts this game away. Indiana will battle you. They're not going to back down. But Miami has LeBron James. Miami has Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen. They get Anderson back after his one-game suspension. I think Miami at home is going to be too strong for Indiana. Like I said, this would be unprecedented if Indiana could pull off an upset here in Game 7. Very rarely, if at all, in the NBA, do you see the best team lose Game 7 at home. And that's exactly what would happen tonight if Indiana wins. I don't think it can happen. I think Miami is going to get through this game. I think Miami is going to win, and we are going to have a Miami-San Antonio finals starting on Thursday down in Miami. But it should be very entertaining. Anytime you get a Game 7 in any sport, you have to watch it. I'll be rooting hard for Indiana just because I want to see the upset here. We've seen Miami in the finals the last 2 years. I'd like to see a new team in the finals. It would be refreshing to see a team like Indiana in the finals. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Miami's too strong. Best team in the NBA always wins, especially at home, especially in Game 7. Team with the superstar always wins. Superstar in this series is LeBron James. I say Miami takes care of business tonight. They beat Indiana. Okay, you guys are all caught up with what happened over the weekend, with what to watch tonight. I'm going to have a new schedule for the month of June. I'm going to be doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the month of June. Then July and August, I'm going to do a show or two a week. And then starting in September when football starts, we're going to be back to our 5 days a week. I've been doing 5 days a week for about 10 months now. It's time to recharge the batteries a little bit. Plus, another major reason is after we're done with the NHL and NBA playoffs, which are ending soon, come July and August, all we have is baseball. So it's a good time to recharge the batteries. Everyone in the sports world who's a sportscaster or does, sports radio, they take a lot of time off in the summer. But I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, rest of the month of June, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then July and August, I'll do a show or two a week. And then come September, which will be here before you know it, I'll be back to my 5 days a week. Like I said, it's a good time to recharge the batteries. Plus, we're not going to have the NBA and NHL, past this month, so it's just going to be baseball. Good time to, recharge the batteries. I've been doing this for 10 months straight, 5 days a week. So it's a good time to, recharge everything, take a little break. But I'm still going to be with you Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the month of June, and then a couple of shows during the week, July and August, and then 5 days a week back in September. So that is the schedule. So you guys, enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy your Game 7 tonight between Indiana and Miami. That's must-watch. Pittsburgh, Boston should be entertaining. You have your Major League Baseball. I will be back with you Wednesday. We'll preview the NBA Finals. By then, we should know, we'll know who's in it. We'll recap what went on in this game. We'll recap the hockey, what's going on the last couple of days. We'll also throw in a little Major League Baseball, anything else that's going on in the sports world. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Stay safe. Enjoy the games tonight. I'll talk to you Wednesday. Take care.